Italian has two separate forms of addressing people, the informal tu and the formal lei. Even in English, it's possible to speak formally or informally to someone. You do this using different words, changing the tone of your voice, but English doesn't have separate forms. When I say separate forms, I'm talking about the verb forms. So when I talk to someone in a formal way, I use the you informal, so the tu verb forms. So for example, tu sei, tu hai, tu abiti, tu lavori, and so on. If I want to talk to a person directly but in a formal way, I use the lui and lei form, so the he and she forms. So you already know the lui and lei forms. So the verb essere for lui and lei is è, avere is ha, abitare è abita, lavorare è lavora, and so on. So when you want to talk directly to someone in a formal way, you use the same form. So lei, talking directly to someone, è, ha, abita, lavora. So when you conjugate a verb, io, tu, lui, lei, you can now add another subject, that is lei formal, that use the same form of the verb. So io mangio, tu mangi, lui, lei, and lei formal, so he, she, and you formal, mangia. So you already know the forms for lei. You must remember to use the tu form with family members, children, close friends, and in more formal situation, for example, when you speak with a boss, with an adult that you don't know, the formal lei is always required. Keep in mind that when you use lei as you formal, you're talking directly to a person in a formal way. For example, lei è gentile. You say you are gentle in a formal way. When you use lei as she, instead, you're talking about somebody else. So, for example, lei equal she, è gentile. In this case, it means she is gentle. Remember this. So you see they have exactly the same form. So usually Italian tends to write the lei formal always with a capital letter, even if it's not at the beginning of the sentence. But the context will explain exactly if the lei used means she or you formal. So if you want to make an informal sentence formal, this is the way you have to work. Let me write a question, an informal one. Tu studi sempre in biblioteca. This means, do you always study in the library? Now, if you want to ask the same question in a formal way, because you need to ask that to a professor or like an adult people, someone that you are not familiar with, someone that requires a formal way of addressing people, you must replace tu with lei equal you formal, and use the same form of the verb that you use for lui and lei, so the third singular person of the verb. So instead of studi will be studia, and the rest is exactly the same. Do you study in the library? Lei studia in biblioteca. This is a formal way to ask exactly the same question.